Why did Zeus order Calypso to free Odysseus? The real reason explained. Warning: this video contains spoilers for Homer's Odyssey and Greek mythology. Some later myths expand on these events, but this video follows Homer's original Odyssey, where Zeus's decision to free Odysseus is one of the story's most important turning points. Now, let's begin. Imagine surviving the Trojan War, escaping monsters, outsmarting giants, defeating witches, sailing across seas ruled by angry gods, only to become trapped on a remote island for 7 long years. No battles, no adventures, no hope of going home. That was the fate of Odysseus. After everything he had endured, the legendary king of Ithaca found himself imprisoned on the island of Ogygia, unable to return to his wife Penelope, his son Telemachus, or the kingdom he had left behind 20 years earlier. His captor wasn't an enemy king or a fearsome monster. It was Calypso, a beautiful, immortal nymph who had fallen deeply in love with him. She offered Odysseus something few mortals could ever imagine: a life without aging, a life without death, even immortality itself. But Odysseus refused. Every single day, he sat by the shore staring across the endless sea, longing for just one thing: home. So if Calypso wanted him to stay forever, why did she suddenly let him go? Did she change her mind? Did Odysseus finally convince her? Or did someone far more powerful step in? The answer begins on Mount Olympus, where the king of the gods finally decided that Odysseus had suffered long enough. Let's explain. Why was Odysseus trapped with Calypso? Before we can understand why Zeus ordered Calypso to release Odysseus, we first need to understand why he was there in the first place. After leaving Troy, Odysseus faced countless dangers during his voyage home. He angered the Cyclops Polyphemus by blinding him. What Odysseus didn't realize at first was that Polyphemus was the son of Poseidon, the powerful god of the sea. Furious, Poseidon vowed that Odysseus would never enjoy an easy journey home. Storm after storm scattered his ships. His companions gradually perished. Eventually, after another disaster at sea, Odysseus washed ashore on the hidden island of Ogygia. There he met Calypso. Instead of sending him home, she kept him there for 7 years. Calypso truly loved Odysseus. It's easy to imagine Calypso as a villain, but Homer's story presents a more complicated picture. Calypso genuinely loved Odysseus. She cared for him. She offered him shelter, food, comfort, and something no mortal had ever been offered before: immortality. She even promised that if he remained with her, he would never grow old or die. To many people, it would have seemed like the perfect life, but Odysseus wanted none of it. Every day, Homer tells us, he sat beside the sea, weeping for his home. He missed Penelope. He missed Telemachus. He missed Ithaca. Even eternal life could not replace the family he had left behind. Athena finally speaks. While Odysseus remained trapped on Ogygia, another goddess refused to forget him: Athena. From the beginning of the Odyssey, Athena admired Odysseus for his intelligence, courage, and devotion. She watched him suffer year after year, while the other heroes of Troy had already returned home. Finally, she decided enough was enough. Athena traveled to Mount Olympus and addressed Zeus before the assembly of the gods. She reminded him that Odysseus had honored the gods throughout his life. She argued that it was unjust for such a loyal hero to remain imprisoned while everyone else had moved on. Most importantly, she pointed out that Odysseus wasn't being punished because of his own actions anymore. He was simply trapped because Poseidon still refused to forgive him. Athena asked Zeus to intervene. Why Zeus agreed. Zeus listened carefully. Although Poseidon remained angry with Odysseus, Zeus believed fate had already decided the hero's future. Odysseus was destined to return to Ithaca. No god, not even Poseidon, could permanently prevent what fate had decreed. In Greek mythology, even the Olympian gods respected fate. They could delay events, complicate them, or make the journey more difficult, but they could not simply erase destiny altogether. Zeus recognized that Odysseus had already endured enough suffering. His time on Calypso's island had come to an end. The king of the gods made his decision. Odysseus would finally be allowed to continue his journey home. Hermes delivers Zeus's order. Rather than traveling himself, Zeus summoned Hermes, the messenger of the gods. Hermes flew across the sea to the hidden island of Ogygia. There he found Calypso living in her beautiful cave surrounded by forests, flowers, and flowing streams. Hermes delivered Zeus's command. Calypso must release Odysseus immediately. She had no choice. Although unhappy with the decision, Calypso understood that defying Zeus was impossible. She also complained about what she saw as a double standard among the gods. She argued that goddesses were criticized for loving mortal men, while male gods often pursued mortal women without facing the same judgment. Even so, she obeyed Zeus's command. Did Zeus force Calypso? Yes. Calypso did not willingly decide to let Odysseus leave. She released him because Zeus ordered her to do so. However, Zeus did not command Hermes to escort Odysseus safely home. Instead, Odysseus still had to build his own raft. He had to sail across dangerous seas alone, and he still faced Poseidon's anger before finally reaching Ithaca. Zeus removed the obstacle. He did not remove the challenge. Odysseus still had to earn his return through courage, endurance, and determination. Why didn't Zeus simply bring Odysseus home? This is a question many readers ask. If Zeus was the king of the gods, why not simply transport Odysseus directly to Ithaca? The answer lies in how Greek mythology views fate and heroism. The gods influenced human lives, but they rarely solved every problem for mortals. Heroes proved themselves through struggle. Odysseus's long journey home wasn't just a punishment. It became the very reason he was remembered for thousands of years. Without those hardships, there would be no Odyssey, no lessons about perseverance, no story of a man who refused to give up no matter how impossible the journey seemed. Why Poseidon couldn't stop destiny. Even after Zeus issued his command, Poseidon continued trying to delay Odysseus. When Odysseus left Ogygia on his raft, Poseidon unleashed violent storms that destroyed it. Once again, the hero found himself fighting for survival. But by then, the outcome had already been decided. Fate was stronger than even the sea god's anger. With help from other divine beings, including the sea goddess Ino and later the Phaeacians, Odysseus survived. Step by step, destiny carried him closer to Ithaca. Poseidon could delay the journey. He could never prevent it. What Zeus's decision really means. Zeus's command wasn't simply about freeing one man. It represented one of the central ideas of Greek mythology. Justice eventually returns. Heroes may suffer. The gods may test them. Their journeys may be longer than anyone expects. But if fate has chosen a path, even the mightiest gods cannot change it forever. Odysseus's release from Ogygia marks the moment when hope returns to the story. From that point onward, every challenge brings him one step closer to home. Final thoughts. So, why did Zeus order Calypso to free Odysseus? Because Athena pleaded his case before the gods. Because Zeus believed Odysseus had suffered enough. And most importantly, because fate had already decreed that the king of Ithaca would return home. Calypso's love could delay destiny. Poseidon's anger could make the journey more difficult. But neither could stop what the fates had already woven. That single command from Zeus changed everything. It ended 7 years of captivity, restarted the greatest homecoming in Greek mythology, and set the stage for Odysseus's final journey back to Penelope, Telemachus, and Ithaca. What do you think? If you were Odysseus, would you have accepted Calypso's offer of immortality, or would you have chosen a mortal life with your family instead? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Greek mythology explainers, the Odyssey stories, movie breakdowns, hidden details, and entertainment news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.